So this is the agenda for today. So we'll be talking about some community updates and give an introduction to our user groups. And then we also have guest speaker sessions. So we have two topics for today. So it will combine both Tableau and Alteryx together to solve a business use case. And we'll also have networking and a Q&A session towards the end. If you have any questions during the session while it is in progress, please feel free to ask us or put it on the chat. So we will take up those questions towards the end, or we can also hop in if it is more relevant to the use case that we are presenting. These are some housekeeping rules. So the session would be recorded, and this would be shared on the community pages of both Alteryx and Tableau. And then we will also have a chat box in place. So anybody has any comments or questions, feel free to put it on the chat box. And you can also turn on your video if it is comfortable. You all can see the participants here, and you can say hi. So this is our Bangalore Alteryx user group team. So we currently have three folks here. One is Yug, and the next one is Ravi, myself, and then we have Subrat. So all the three of us are leading the Bangalore Alteryx user group. And this is Bangalore Tableau user group. So this is led by Anirudh and as well as myself. So we'll talk about the Alteryx community updates as part of the first agenda in this. So some of the newest features are available on Designer Cloud. So if you have got an opportunity to explore this, feel free to and go ahead. This is a completely web-based interaction, and you don't have to actually download the Alteryx desktop suite. So it has similar functionality, and it is pretty powerful on the web. Then we also have a newest Alteryx AI engine. It is called AIDIN. So all of the workflows or the product suite going forward will be led and powered by the Alteryx newest AI engine based on the latest LLMs. So I'll just play a small clip here from Alteryx where you can actually learn more about how this newest AI engine will be powering your workflows. Select the records and watch these numbers and explain the results. Transformations. Interactions. And everyone has the exact same steps. Prepare your data for it derive on documentation. Automatically grants the essentials of the workflow and grants workflows and logic and express intelligence analysis. For everyone as well, sounds good. Use natural language to build the frameworks and for prompts and speed, but without an answer to question and tools to do this, all within Alteryx design. And in the Alteryx AI Studio, you can customize your own LLM to secure your data environment. Or you can transform and prepare for its generative AI future. The Alteryx AI platform for enterprise analytics, powered by Kiwi, where generative AI meets trusted analytics. We have more inputs on the community, so please feel free to explore and learn more about this powerful suite by Alteryx. This is another update from the community for Alteryx where we have the yearly conference. So it's called as Alteryx Inspire, and this year it's on May 13th to 16th, held in Las Vegas, USA. If anybody is traveling US at the same time, you can plan your schedule so that you can participate and network with the people. You will learn more about the product and also about the latest features as well. And you will have live demos too as part of these conference sessions. This is more about the Alteryx education. So you will have a lot of learning related modules on the site. So you have Learning Academy, where you will have an opportunity to learn across various levels. So you have from beginner to the advanced scope, like you have a lot of sessions. and video tutorials where you can actually follow along. And you also have a 30-day free trial of the software. And if somebody's trying to get into the world of Alteryx, you will have an opportunity to learn about some of the fundamentals by following those tutorials. And also, weekly challenges is a great place. So we have Kiran here with us. We'll talk more about that in the next sessions. But it is also a great place where you can actually learn and explore more about different tools, and you can uh, you will have an opportunity to basically build the workflows. So you will have a question, and you will have what is the expected output that you have to get, and you can solve those use case by playing around with the different tools and exploring all the powerful features that Alteryx offers. And you also have certifications. These are industry relevant across different firms and different industries. So you'll have the opportunity to learn more about these certifications. You have designer core certification, which is your like a basic and level 1. Then you also have designer advanced, which is your level 2. And then you have designer expert such certification, which is like I think $100, $100 US. And you can also gain those certifications to have more impact on your resume and also your portfolio. Along with that, you will definitely have the opportunity to learn the plethora of tools that's available in Alteryx. Along with this, Alteryx has also recently launched micro credentials. These are, on paths. So these are basically related to your main certifications, but these are more fundamental in nature. So you will have a glimpse of different technologies and different product features. So you can learn them, complete those micro credentials, then go to the main certifications. And most of these certifications are available for free. So it is not that you have to pass the exam and you have to know the tools. It is more about gaining the knowledge and different use cases that you can solve using the variety of tools. So it will be a great opportunity for you to learn and get these credentials. And once these are credentials are achieved, you'll also get a badge on the community. So somebody clicks on your profile, they'll be able to see like what is the kind of certifications that you've completed, and it'll add weightage to your portfolio and resume as well, for your career growth. And there is also a blog or a newsletter by Alteryx. So if you have to, you're someone who likes to read a lot and go through in deep dive blogs. So recommend please to feel free to subscribe to these newsletters. It'll directly come into your inbox, and you can read about the different features and different updates from the community as well as the product. This is a very interesting, opportunity that Alteryx has given called Sparkit. This is basically for creators and students, and if somebody is trying to, change careers, Alteryx will actually help you with the licensing as well as with the teaching-related materials, and it also offers you, learning paths and modules. So you can actually, go and support different, charities, or you can teach at universities. You can collaborate with nonprofits. So there are a lot of avenues for you to explore Alteryx and also solve use cases and drive, the larger, impact and drive positive impact on the community as well. There are opportunities where the Bangalore Alteryx user group has collaborated with multiple nonprofits, and they have driven a lot of these outcomes to these nonprofits, where you can actually see by using these Alteryx workflows how the community has been directly impacted in a positive way. So it is one of the greatest avenues to continue to learn and give back something to the community. Then you also have an Alteryx user research panel. So you can actually scan this, or you can actually explore this on the community as well and be a part of it. You can actually get some inputs or pilot sessions from the Alteryx directly, where you can actually go and explore the features and give feedback. This is completely voluntary. So you can actually take it from anywhere in the world. It's completely remote based research experience. You can complete the survey and you can give feedback to the product, and they, if legitimate, they can actually incorporate this and make the product better so that it becomes more helpful for the end users who are actually using this. And you also have podcasts on data science and analytics in general. So this is something called Alteryx Everything. So you can actually listen to it on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you're someone who listens to a lot of podcasts and you want to stay updated on the analytics, you can actually follow this. And I've listened to a lot of episodes on this. It's actually really nice. So you can definitely check this out. Then we also have some Tableau related community updates that we would like to cover in the next few minutes. So if somebody's who's trying to start Tableau, so one of the easiest ways to do that is to actually go to the Tableau learning site offered directly by Tableau, and you have a lot of learning sessions under these resources on the actual main site of Tableau. So you have various different paths, again starting from beginner to advanced to beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels. You can actually go through that depending on if you're an individual user. You can start going through the modules there, or if you need some sort of a training for your relevant teams and organizations, you can actually partner with the Tableau teams, and they would be happy to support you in this process. So you have both, paid sessions as well as free sessions. The individual programs are actually free in nature, but you also have paid sessions where they actually take a lot of deep dives, and you can actually, work through that. Thank you. Then we also have Tableau Public. So Tableau Public is a lightweight product which is similar to Tableau Desktop. So this is actually free in nature. So you can actually download from the community, and it's around like 600 MB or something. So this will be free in nature, but the only flip side is you cannot actually save your workbooks on your local profile. So whatever workbooks or dashboards that you actually build will have to be saved on the Tableau server. So it is a public server. So let's say you have built a dashboard, you can showcase that as a portfolio to, let's say, your future employers, or be it for your own learning purposes. You can actually make a fantastic portfolio. There are a lot of community initiatives as well, like Makeover Monday, or Workout Wednesday, or Iron Quest. There are a lot of community challenges and opportunities for learning. So you can participate in that, and you can continue to hone your skills. Whenever there are newer product features that are released, you can actually explore them, build visits on top of it. You need not wait for in your respective organizations to actually get a use case to get these hands-on exercises. So that's the basic agenda here. So you'll have an opportunity to explore all of these features, and you can keep your learning up to date with the latest release of the actual product as well. So feel free to explore this Tableau public site. You can directly install on your local machines. So how similar to Alteryx community forums we also have Tableau forums. So you can actually log into this, and let's say you're stuck on a problem, or if you want to answer anything, so you can actually go and log into this site. And let's say somebody has asked a question, you actually solve that use case, you can actually help answer that. Let's say you are stuck on something else and you want some help from the community, you can actually log into this site and get help from different people who are willing to help on the community as well. Today, we have another session after this by Anirudh. He's also a Tableau forum ambassador. That means he would have solved, let's say, more than 500 questions on the Tableau forums. So you can actually ask him as well if you have any questions on how you can actually leverage forums in terms of understanding that. Following that, you have Kiran, who was mastered and answering in Alteryx community. So similarly, you can leverage how you can scale up your learning by taking the help of Alteryx community as well. So these are two wonderful places. If you ever get stuck in any of the use case that you're trying to solve, don't hesitate to reach out for help. We also have different certifications in Tableau, and the Tableau Desktop Specialist, that is like the level 1 certification. This is actually a paid certification. So the last time when I took, it was around 3,500 rupees INR, I think. And then the level 2 certification now is renamed as Tableau Data Analyst. The last time when I took this exam, it was around 18,500 or 19,000 rupees. Currently, I'm not sure, maybe it would be around 20,000 or 21,000, but it is renamed as Tableau Data Analyst, and you will have a lot of new features from the product that have been covered as part of these exams. And again, these are industry relevant. So once you complete these exams, you will have the badges, and you can strengthen up your portfolio and continue to level up. I request everybody to please go on mute. Sorry about the background noise. So this is about the Tableau certifications. And then you also have a server associate. This will focus more on the Tableau server. You can definitely explore that. And then you have certified consultant and certified architect related exams. So you can go to the site and you can actually see the curriculum. So you will actually see what is covered as part of these exams. And if you're comfortable, please go ahead and take these exams. It will strengthen your portfolio 2x. We also have a Tableau conference this year. It is during April 29th to May 1st in San Diego, USA. So if you're planning to visit US during that time frame, please feel free to plan this as well as the Alteryx conference together. So I think this was the part of the community updates that I wanted to cover. So in the next session, as we saw in the agenda, we have two guest speakers who will talk about two different use cases. So the first one is Anirudh. So Anirudh is currently a Tableau Forum ambassador, and he's also a staff engineer currently working with Equinix. And the topic that he would be presenting is on automated data dictionary of a particular data source using Tableau Metadata API and leveraging Alteryx together. I'm handing it over to Anirudh now. He's just connecting his laptop now, so just give me one moment. Can you all please confirm if you can see Anirudh's screen now?
Yep.
Yep, we can see.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Abhinav. Do you all see Tableau screen?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
One moment. Can you see Tableau screen now? I mean,
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, yes, that's okay.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi everyone. Are you able to hear me? Yeah, is it okay now?
Yes, it seems fine. Thank you.
Yeah, hi everyone. Before going into the topic of metadata API, right? I just want to give you an update on a recent Tableau feature that is a Tableau Pulse. I'll just walk you through it, how to enable it, and what is it actually, and what does it actually do. Yeah. Yeah, Tableau Pulse, right? So Tableau Pulse is right now, right? They are pitching it as a Tableau AI. So what it will do is, if you're having a data source, you can connect to the data source and you can create a metric based on it. It will give insights based on the data source. And what are the things that has to be? I mean, these are the key features of Tableau Pulse. And what you can do is you can create a multiple metrics. You can select a metric and a dimension, and then you can, create a pulse. And there are two things. Few people can create a pulse, and you can follow the pulse. And you can also create a pulse, and few others also can follow the same metric. And the other thing is, if you're in the data source, right, if you have given a user level security based on the username and everything, what you can do is the same thing will be carried on to the metrics as well. No, Pulse is a recent feature. It's not live yet. It is going to get from 2024.1. So this is being charged as a different, I mean, it will be charged separately. They haven't given how much it will be charged and all. Right now they have released as a, what is it, preview version or something. I mean, it's still not, I think in 2024.1, right? So it will be in live, and it has to be, I mean, as an additional thing, right? You have to pay for it. So this is how it will look. After this, right? I'll just go into the Tableau cloud and I'll show you how actually it will work and how can you, what is it, configure it. And as you can see, right? So you have to select a metric. It will give, this is how it will look, and it will have a year-on-year growth or something. You can select whether it is a previous period or previous year based on the, you can adjust the metrics and everything. And as you can see, right, it will, as it is in, it is actually generative AI. So what it will do is it will generate text based on the trend and all. It will show, I mean, it will show forecast and everything. And even, right, if you see, right, it will give few questions as well. If you're clicking on the questions, right, it will generate insights related to that questions as well. So let's dive in. Let's dive into that. You just let me know if you're able to see my screen. I have shared Tableau Cloud. It's visible. So in as of now, it is live in Tableau Cloud only. It's not yet pushed to Tableau server. So this feature, right, as of now in 2024.1, it is available in Tableau Cloud only. From 2024.2, right, it will be rolled out to Tableau server. So in the settings, right, in the general settings, you can see. I mean, while you are trying to go to Tableau Pulse, right, in settings, right, you can see a Tableau Pulse deployment, and here, right, you can turn it on to the entire users in the site, or you can select a specific group where for which group the Tableau Pulse should be enabled and all. And once you enable, right, you can see the option here as Tableau Pulse. If you click on the Tableau Pulse, right, it will redirect to a Pulse site. So here, right, so here are the few metrics that I have created. And before that, right, I'll just show how it actually works. So there is something called new metric definition here. You have to click on that. And then, so these are the two sample data sources that are available right now. So you can click on a data source and you can write a definition to it, like profits. And you can select a field. And for this, right, as it is a metric one, so it will be a time series only. It's not based on any other dimension. It should be time series only. And you can select the previous period or previous year in it. And this adjustable metric fields, right, are nothing but if you have to, if you want the analysis to be done on any other dimension, right, you can select it from here, like segment or something. And there is one more option to create an advanced definition. If you're not sure on what are the column names and everything, right, what you can do is you can just, come here and you can just select different measures and dimensions here so that it will automatically generate. Right now, I'm just saving my definition. Right. So here, right, once the definition is, saved, you can adjust it to, as the data is not till February, right? Right now, it's not a current date. It's only till last year. So what we can do is we can do can change it to last year. It will automatically generate. Profit, right? It will say profit. What is the profit for 2023? And prior to year, right? What is the percentage increase and what is the absolute increase? And this is what it will say. The profit is trending up based on the trend line and everything. And the trend first began in 3 years ago, because as the data is from 2021, right? It will say if the trend is up, right? It will say that the trend is up and all. If it is not sure, right? If it is going down and it is going up and it is on sideways, right? So it will just say you that and there is a volatility in the trend. So that's what it will say. And if you see that there is a questions generated here, which segment is increased the mode and which segment. If you click on that, right, it will generate insights on it. So what is the segment and what is the current value, and what is the increase compared to the previous period. So this is our overview, and there is something called breakdown as well. Breakdown, right? As we have selected segment, right? It will do on a segment as well. We can add one more dimension as well. It can be ship status or something. So it will be available here as you can toggle between two different dimensions as well. And based on the selection, right, it will automatically give what are the metrics and everything, and what is the trend and everything. So once this is created, right, you can actually, so these are the metrics. You're able to see the metrics, right? So these are the metrics that has been created for this site. What you can do is you can just click on it and you can follow it. So once you follow it, right, here in the following section, you will, those all will be visible here. And once you have selected certain metrics, right, in which you are following, so it will, so this whatever is generated, right, it's automatically generated based on the metrics which are there. So you can just click on it and it will take to that metric. So this is about Tableau Pulse, and right now, right, it's only there in Tableau Cloud, and we have to see what are the other things on it. So, are you having any questions or any other thing?
Hi,
No,
Anirudh.
actually,
I have some questions.
earlier we have two things, right? We used to have Ask data and we used to have metrics. I think by this Tableau AI, right, what they have done is they have combined both the things, and you can generate if you're having a metric, right, and if you're having a dimension on a time period. Instead of creating a dashboard and everything, right, you can just create a metric and they can follow it, so that they will have all the insights. No need for any other person to go and what is it, monitor the sense to develop or to do anything. So that is one thing. And as I said earlier, this will be adhering to the data source user security as well.
Hi. Can you hear me?
No, actually, this cannot be added to dashboard anymore.
let's say they think probably, let's say, maybe they want to analyze sales data. Okay. So they know that they want to analyze the sales across the. How will I build Pulse definition?
Okay. No, yeah, there are two things. We can give.
How do I understand these? Then build. So my question is more on how do I extend my analysis out beyond the dashboard? That's one of the use cases.
Yes.
Just to understand how the data source will impact.
No, data source, right? As I said earlier,
The analytical user knows the dashboard and he should know what are the things. Then he'll be able to work.
yeah, he should know what is it. It's mainly for self-service analytics. It's extension of self-service analytics. Because earlier, right, we used to have task data, but task data, right, it doesn't give. We'll just give whatever we have entered, and we can change the chart types and all. But here, right, based on the prompts, it's actually based on only one metric. You can select only one measure.
So once I know the dashboard of interest, I need to understand the data source.
Yes.
Then
Yes. We have to. I mean, it's right. We have to provide a dashboard, and we have to provide a data source in which they can do a self-service. For that self-service, right, we can give because we cannot give access to all the users. We have to create a group, and for that group only, we have to give access, and they can follow it. End users. No. It's about I mean, end users, right? They're having they want some insight instead of them going and building a dashboard and everything, right? If they create a metric, and if they get a time series, and if they get a dimension on which they want, one or two dimensions which they want to see, they can create it. It will generate it. It will have a questions as. As of now, there is nothing like prompt from your end. You can give a prompt and it will get it. You can select it, and as you can see, right, there are some questions it has that based on the dimensions, right, it will be more questions. If you click on it, right, it will be generating what is the previous period trend and everything. No. As of now, I don't think there is. We can only select on which metric it is going on, but you cannot. Yes. It is generating so that we can follow up on it and we can just see.
is that for all users? Like any particular flavor access?
No. We. I have shown right earlier. It's. I'll just show you.
Even the person who has the flavor access can create.
Yeah. I'm just showing. If you go here, right, there is an option of selecting a specific group. In that group, right, we have to create a certain group. Only that group users should be having access to Access Pulse and creating these things. So that's how it is controlled.
So
licensing is not released yet. I have to see because it is right now in Tableau Cloud only. So they released as a preview version or something because I searched for pricing and all. There is nowhere there is pricing and everything right now. So any other queries?
I have a couple of questions online.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
Am I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Yeah, hi. I do have a couple of questions here. I wanted to understand, first of all, the purpose of this. Is this only for insights only,
Anyone has any
insight
questions
generation
online?
only,
Can you please
or is
put
it
it
for
on the
forecasting
chat?
as well? Okay, I'll put it on chat.
No. It's not compatible with public version.
Anyone else online has any questions for Anirudh before we move to the next topic? All right. Thanks, Anirudh, for an insightful session on Tableau Pulse. The next topic is actually on the metadata API.
You are able to see my screen, right? Okay. So metadata API, I mean, I think whoever have worked on Tableau, right? Most of them might have heard Postgres database. So Postgres database, it's mainly for Tableau server. We don't have anything in Tableau Cloud. We don't have. I mean, if you're having a Tableau Cloud, right, it's just you have to go to the admin views and you have to check what is happening in the Tableau server. So metadata API is something. We will be having all the different resources and everything in the Tableau server, right? What metadata API will do is it will connect everything and it will store in a graphical form. So there are two things in Tableau Cloud. It is enabled by default, but in Tableau server we have to enable it in the wherever it is installed, right? We have to go there and we have to enable it. So these two are the main things in Tableau Cloud and Tableau server. And what does metadata API do is there are certain things in Postgres database which are not available. Like if you want to go to the calculations and if you want to see what is the calculation is having and everything, right? So that is not in Postgres database. But in using metadata API, right, we can go to that level and we can see what is the calculation and everything for a remote field and for any field. So there are two ways which we can use, which we can access metadata API. One is using HTTPS. Using a REST API, we can query it and we can get the output. And the second one is there is something called in the server itself. We'll be having a link there. You can click it and you can see it. So right now, right, whatever we'll be seeing, it will be on a high level on how we can access the metadata and how we can get a data out of it. So this particular use case, right, in one of our one of our customer, right, what they want to say is we know that there are a lot of data sources, but for each data source, there'll be a lot of columns and a lot of calculations and what is the type of calculation and what is the type, whether it is a dimension or measure, everything will be there. But what happened is every time if there is a 20 columns or 30 columns, it's easier for us to go and maintain a data dictionary. But if there is around 700 columns or 800 columns, it crosses something, right? Because there will be some scenarios where actually you have to join 2 or 3 different dimensions and dimension tables and fact tables, and then you have to do it. So for that, right, what our customer asked is to build an automated data dictionary. So automated data dictionary, what we have done is instead of going for a Postgres database, we have used metadata API to query the backend data in the Tableau server, and then we used to bring it. I'll just explain on a high level on what we have done. So first, users will be authenticating using a REST API, and they will have a call. In that, right, there'll be 2 calls. So first one is authenticating the authenticating the server. So whatever metadata API is there, right? So first, what you'll be doing is using a personal token, right? You'll be authenticating in the Tableau server. You'll be getting the token, and then what you'll be doing is you'll be posting a query. So that query, I'll just show you how the query will be. So that query, right? If you're posing that query using this authentication method, whatever the output of this metadata API is in JSON form. So you have to do a JSON parsing. After the JSON parsing, right, there'll be different things. It will be data sources and it will be fields. It will be, it will be on the workbook and everything. So what you have to do is you will get a different set of data. You have to join it by different based on the IDs, data source IDs or workbook IDs and all. And after that, right, there are two things which you can do. I mean, there are multiple things which you can do. What we have done is one thing using a hyperfile. We have generated a hyperfile in Alteryx. And the second one is using a Excel. So it is stored in the Excel. Excel is just as a validating file. After that, what you can do is you'll be having that particular data source. In the data source, right, if you're adding a filter on the data source, you'll have the data dictionary for the the entire data source. I'll just data dictionary, right? Yeah. If there is a data source, yeah, if you're having a data source, right, the data source will be having columns and calculation fields, everything in the data source. So what it will do is it will bring the entire whatever is in the data source. It will bring, okay, this is the column. If it is a direct column, right, it will not give any what is the calculation in it. It will give whether it is a dimension or a measure. If it is a calculation, right, it will give what is the calculation inside, and it will give whether it is a, how it is different, whether it is a measure or dimension. That is how it will be given.
Is that gives suppose there is a field for account ID, how many time it is used, that field is used in a different chart or
it will not give that. If account ID is there, right, if you have created a number of accounts, in the number of accounts you might have used count distant of account ID. So in the number of accounts in the remote field, right, you will have the you'll have a text as count distant of account ID. You cannot have how many times this has been used. No, it's just a,
so what you're speaking is more on data
lineage. Yeah. It's just a custom thing. It's just a use case of using a metadata documentation purpose. Yes. No, this is one of the use case. I mean, it can be used in any way. So this is the way which we have used.
This API we can't install in client services.
No. It's like two things. If you're having a Tableau cloud, it will be automatically there. If it is a Tableau server, right, we have to, enable it. We have to discuss it and we have to enable it.
Yeah, but in client side, we can't.
Yeah. It depends on how what is that priority, whatever that is. Because right, as it is a, no, it's server. You can take on a Tableau cloud, and in Tableau cloud it will be available. No. It will be for everything, embedded data sources and everything. The solution which I have shown, it's for published data sources, as it is a self-service analytics. Yeah, just.
Is there a number of records
I didn't find it anywhere.
there is a limit that you have to take.
Yeah. Because as of now, I didn't find any limit as of now. But yeah, I have to check it. Yeah. As of now, I didn't find.
Yeah, you have some time. You don't see that it's not issues. Okay, so yeah, you can highlight that.
So this is, this is how it will look at the graphic here. What you can do is, you can name it anything. I just named as query and databases. You're just querying it, right? It will give, what is the name of the data source and what is the ID of it. Can just go.
Image row technology is the data source.
No, image rows example is a data source, sample story is a data source, and orders is a data source, and sales commission. These are all data source. Actually, you'll have a documentation here if you are clicking on data sources, right? It will give what are the fields in it. If it will give what are the fields, you can do it as abstracts or fields, or you can go all these things. It's like you'll be having you can file 3 different queries. You'll get a JSON output. I mean, what I have shown earlier, right? You'll have 3 different queries and you'll have 3 different outputs. You can join it based on ID and you can get out. So that's how we have done it. So this is one more example of it. Yeah, that's it. That's it from my end. If you're having any queries, right, you can just ask.
Thanks, Anirudh. This was helpful. If you have any questions for Anirudh, please put them on the chat and we can. The next topic it would be presented by Kiran. So he will be discussing a use case on the PDF processing. Over to you, Kiran.
Hi everyone, am I audible on the call? Can someone confirm whether I'm audible on the call?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so today I'll not be covering how a use case on PDF processing because I want to kind of cover something which is usable, reusable. So that is more of what I want to kind of focus on. So today's topic is PDF processing, but it's not only about PDF processing, but how to architect a cost-effective, scalable, and available solution. So in the sense, before we dig in more deep into the use case, this will be a live use case I'll be building on the fly. Before that, hi everyone in the room and everyone on the call. I'm Kiran Manjunatha. I work at Franklin Templeton and I'm currently one of the 2 ACEs in India. And the use case which we'll be covering will be on PDF processing, but it will not only be PDF processing, but on how to build a solution which is more cost effective and scalable. So what are the usual problems which comes? First thing is we have a lot of data, especially if you're in the financial sector, we have a lot of data which we want to process. And sadly, most of them are on PDF because why? As financial people, they like to send PDF reports for some reason. And second thing is the way or the solution, how we can build those kind of solution in Alteryx is through intelligence suite. But the problem is Alteryx license costs 5K dollars, not 5K rupees, 5K dollars. And at the same time, intelligence suite costs around 20K dollars, which is like, doesn't make sense. Like we can't give away license that easily to everyone, which means like we need to come up with a solution which kind of we can use intelligence suite, but we don't need to give license to everyone. So after that, how do we make it a self-source solution? It should not be like only the Alteryx developers can do it, but anyone can do it. So today, if you would have guessed, what I'll be covering is I'll be covering how to process PDF. At the same time, what we'll be doing is just we want to make it reusable. We'll be building it like an app so that anyone in the firm can use it. Because this is a very, very general use case where we have a lot of PDF and we don't have the intelligence suite license. So we need a solution how we can do it. So I'll be building the workflow on the fly. First thing is what I've done is I downloaded financial reports of one of my favorite companies. One of my favorite because I have the phone of it, that is Apple. So I just went to the website and downloaded the financial reports. Okay. So, and I've placed it in this specific folder. This is also, this you would have heard this tools before, but I'm just covering how it is usually done in this tools. These are the 5 PDFs which I want to read the data from. And the tools which I'll be using is part of Intelligence Suite. And the tool palette specifically is computer vision. Okay. First thing what we want to look at when we are designing this is it's all about architecting, because we always say, you know what, there's a very, very common saying, like if you want to cut a tree, sharp your axe for 80% of the time and cut the tree later. So before you even build the solution, please think about architecting in such a way that it becomes reusable. Like next time when you get a same project, bang, you can use the same thing again with minimum configuration. So what I'll do is I'll not, build it in a way which is like static, but I'll every point will think of a way how I can make it dynamic. The first thing what I'll be doing is I'll be pulling the directory tool and I'll be saying, this is the path where I want to read the files from. Okay. And the next thing what I want to do is I want to make it reusable. So next after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an interface tool, which is text box tool. And say, whenever I'm going to give you this, if I'm going to publish it as an app outside to the gallery, you can give your own path. You don't need to rely on giving to the same path which I gave. Okay. I'll not be running on each and every step because it kind of takes time, but I guess on this step, it doesn't take time, so I don't mind running it. What this does is it kind of gives me the information of the files. Information of the files like this. So the next tool which I'll be using is image input tool. So they made it very, very generic. Even though it doesn't say PDF, it is called image input tool. And here I need to give the field where I'm going to take the file path from. And that is my full path. And it is asking like, what is the field name you want to keep it as? I'll keep it as PDF. And here it is asking, do you want to only pick up specific, do you want to pick up all file types or do you want to pick up only specific file types? So when I say specific file types, as you can see, you can also pick up images, but here in this specific use case, I'm only picking up files which are PDF. Sorry, I'm only picking up only PDF, so I'll be giving PDF. But if you do want to configure it so that anything can be picked up, you can configure this. After this, when I run, the output will not be that much visible because what it does is, if you know everything, all the data, a lot of use data or any kind of file which is not a text format is usually saved as blob, which is binary large object. So what it does is it goes, reads the PDF and saves it as a blob. So you can see the last one, right? So it has loaded the file, but this is only loaded the file as a blob. I can't use the blob. I would need to convert it into something which is more processable. As you can see, it has loaded as a blob. So the next tool which comes after that is image to text. Okay, so it's only these 5 tools in this palette. So even though the name doesn't exactly say that, it's kind of easy to interpret what exactly are they doing. And for a fact, I know image to text is going to take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a select tool after it. So it is asking me which is the field which I want to select where the image is there. That is PDF. And language, if you are using other language, I have not tried with other languages, but you can definitely give it a try. And on the select tool, what I'll do is I'll do cache and run. Because I don't want it to run, I don't want to run it again and again because I'm pretty sure this process is going to take a lot of time. So in the meanwhile, if you have any questions or any comments, you can share.
Like not scan.
Sadly, no. I mean, you can give it a try. I mean, it does work because it still does image processing, but it's not like you can see we have image processing also, right? So it does work, but it will not be accurate. So if you're scanning it in a proper scanner, always the person is keeping in the right way, that's okay. But if you're taking photos of it in different angles, you can't really expect that. I don't know. Sorry. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so it's Python. Python is an interpreted language. It would have been more slow. So I think they would have written in a more base language. Yeah, maybe. So as I did mention last time, it took like around 2 minutes. So I'm going to give it 2 minutes. And we can also just in the meanwhile discover the other tools which comes with the intelligence suite. So the other palettes which comes with this is called text analysis, text mining. Here, if you want to, build a word cloud, basically do some sentiment analysis, seeing whether the comments which you have got is positive, neutral, or negative. This is one thing you can use. We have something called topic modeling. Topic modeling is it's very interesting and slightly confusing as well. So what it does is, like, let's say you have a lot of comments and you want to see what is the common topic which is happening. It will actually kind of group the text into a certain manner. Like, let's say you are running a survey system and you got a survey, so it will group into 5 different groups or the n number of groups which you have mentioned. But the topic, it will be choosing on its own. It will not be like, you can't say that, I want first topic saying that if I'm hearing about product 1, I want to know about it. Product 2, I want to know about it. It can as well as go like first one is eating issue, second one is cooling issue, second one is electric issue, something like that. So with this, I've run it and I've completed it, and you can see there is 15 records. Even though there is only 5 files, I got 15 records because each of my sheet has 3 pages. That is the standard format which they're following. Okay, so when I come over here, what it is giving me is, it is giving me what is the file name, the pages, and right now it is giving me the text. So with this, what you can do is after this stage, we can either give it as a text file or we can give it as a YXTB. But after this point onwards, it's an open sky in the sense you don't need to even use Alteryx. If you use Alteryx, you can use text parsing, text to column, anything you want to get it in the right format. If not, if you're saying like, if you want it to be used by some other team who doesn't want to use Alteryx, they can still go ahead, treat it as a, let me just open one of the example and show you. So it basically looks like this. Now it's in a text format, which means like, anyone can go and, see the text format and see how exactly I can prep the data. So in this format, like if I output it as a text file, it can be picked up by any software as required to prepare the data. So this way, like instead of the whole firm having this, a single person can have the license, develop it, and they can have license on the server. That way, like within a handful, like when I say handful, like let's say if you're using only one node on Devon prod, it's 2 licenses. But if you're using more, let's say 6 or 8 licenses, you will be building a solution which is scalable throughout your firm. And this is easier to sell to your manager or your senior management, saying that, what, we don't need intelligence suite license for all of the team. We can still build this amazing solution, but we just need one solution, one license for us and one license for the server. This way, you are actually kind of solving one of the major problems which we commonly see every day. So I'll just do the last part. What I'll do next is I'll just give a formula tool and ask them to input what is the output path you want to give. So I have output folder and I'm going to give that one. And for now, yeah, let's clear. So let's take this. And next thing what I'll do is I'll get the text, report text tool. Just FYI, the browse directory tool doesn't work on server, so that's the reason why I'm not using it. And I'm asking them to enter the path in the text box. And with this, you can also add some validation using test tool saying that this should not be empty. And this is target or output file path. So this will be basically my output path. After that slash my file name. I want to retain the same file name. So here it's up to you, like how do you want to give it? Currently, as we can see, it is split into 3 pages, right? If you want to merge all these 3 pages, like you can group by on the file and you can merge them together so that you can give them as a single file. Or if you want to split them into 3 files, that's also okay. So it's up to you. What I'll do is I'll create text file for each of the page. But yeah, that's definitely an option which you can, think about or discuss and see which is better. Okay, what do you say? Which one option should I go with? Do you want me to create separate file for each page, or do you want me to merge them all? Okay, I'll go with merge. So what I'll say is over here, for each file, group by, and I'll say over text concatenated. This one, and the separator would be /n, which means start a new line break. Okay, so with this, right now it's a single file. And I'll say after output path, what I would want is I would want the file name. And in this scenario, I'll be writing it as text file so that it can be processed by anything. Usually, if you're feeling like it's only going to be picked up by Alteryx, that makes sense to keep it as YXDP. But if you feel like it should be reusable by anyone in the firm, like in the sense people who wouldn't be using Alteryx also, they'll definitely come to this portal to do this. And I'll say change the entire path, and the path should be taken from output path. I don't want to keep the field. Before that, I'll just remove the not required. So I just need the concatenate text, and I don't need the output part. I just need this. And one more thing, when you're writing to the text file is, okay, I think, let me just see if the text option is there. Okay, I'll just give it a CSV for now. And what I would suggest is there is an option first row contains the field name. Check that, remove that, so that it doesn't give that first name saying that it's this thing. And here delimiter you can give it as /0. /0 is nothing but none. And I'll just give it a run to see. Great. That's okay, I guess. So it's basically a conversion error, so it's not a major concern for me. And when I see over here, I got the reports, and now it's good to be used by any team. So it happens, right? Whenever you're in your company, you need to, it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometime that you need to justify and defend why you're using Alteryx, why is it more relevant, how you can make better solution, and how you can architect. So with this, you're building a solution for the whole firm. So this is actually giving you a reusable component, and this is what I wanted to cover. This is all from my end. So as you can see, this is an app. So when it goes to the server, it will look something like this, where they can give the input path, output path. You can definitely give more options, configurable options. And with that, they'll be able to use it. So that's all it from my end. Any questions? Hope you enjoyed it and felt helpful. Sorry. S3 bucket, no. Like, see, I say no, everything should be connect. S3 bucket will again become like a different technology. This only is currently connecting to shared drive. So, okay. So I don't know whether this is possible since you're speaking about S3. If you can map it S3 as a drive, like how we do with OneDrive, then it can be worked in the same way. But if you're saying S3, you can just build another solution which is using AWS connector or S3 connector. So that maybe here only you can add the S3 connector as well and provide more and more solution. So as far you kind of discover that there is more and more different ways people are asking for, you can keep on adding features.
Is there any components for audio to text?
No. Audio to text, no. I mean, knowing all the technologies which I know right now, audio to text, there are very, very less platforms which do that. Okay, that's it from my end. I'll just check the chat as well once, and I don't think so there's any questions. So with that, I'll give back to Ravi. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kiran. That was an insightful session. So the next steps that we wanted to cover is we just wanted to let you know that we have Alteryx and Tableau Bangalore community forums on both the platforms. So we request all of you to be a part of it so that you will have regular community updates, and whenever we have these user connects or any other sessions, you would have an update from the community directly to your inbox. So feel free to subscribe to that. We also have a Alteryx Mumbai user group coming up on March 16th, which would be led by Kiran and team in Mumbai. So if any of your friends are part of Mumbai, we request them to be a part of it.
Hey, hi guys. So I know there might be people on virtual. So I'm from Mumbai. I'm actually currently in Mumbai. So I'm one of the Mumbai UG leads. And this will be our first in-person user group meeting, which will be happening in Mumbai. We are planning a very fun schedule. So please join if you can. It's on a Saturday. It's from 4 p.m.
Now I request Yug to talk a little about the Alteryx for Good chapter that we currently run. So this is where we actually partner with the non-profit communities to drive impact. Yug.
All right, thank you, everyone. This is Yug here. I want to spend a couple of minutes just to talk about the Alteryx for Good event. Alteryx for Good is basically what we together as a group did as Alteryx users is we came together and we said, with the help of the skills that we have, the analytical skills, how can we do something for the charities? Because they deserve it the most. Right? They're not so data centric. They don't have budgets to invest in big technologies like we do. Alteryx as a firm, they give away free license for charities. There are certain clauses in terms of the revenues, but mostly in Indian charities, they don't fall under that revenue clause. So hopefully every charity should go through. So if you have any charity that you work with or partner in some way or the other, and if you want to onboard them to Alteryx for Good, please feel free to reach out. so that Alteryx can give them a free Alteryx license, and then we all as users, we can go there, solve their Alteryx problems, build Alteryx models or something like this, and help them in their data journey in some way. To give you some examples, in the past we have onboarded three charities, I think four charities, but one has been pretty active in that, which is Sai Krishna Charitable Trust. They had a requirement wherein it's a school, they run a school, and they used to generate certificates, and they used to generate around 600 to 800 certificates manually every year. So we went there as a group, around 30, 40 people. There was no data. So we built some Excel sheets where the staff can track the details. So let's, for example, if Ravi is first in running competition, Kiran came second in running competition, or some international or inter-school competition, some whatever it may be. So we created the column so that staff is allowed to enter only in those specific fields and areas. And then with a click of a button, it generates very beautiful certificates with their logos and everything. On top of it, then the second thing we built is the ID card thing for them. So the kids never had any identity card or anything. So we said, why don't we build an Alteryx workflow? Anytime a new student gets onboarded, you enter their names and certain details, whatever you want to be printed, along with a photograph. And again, with a click of a button, it generates an ID card. They take a print, and then it becomes a valid ID for people. So this small, it might not sound really big, but I think for them, it's a huge impact for the charities, right? So at any point of time, if you feel that you want to play some role in this, we generally plan over the weekends. We try and visit the charity, and then that's how we contribute to the place. More information, we'll continue to put it on our website, Alteryx for Good community, basically. There you'll get to know when the event is happening and all. Any questions? Cool. Ravi, thank you.
Thanks, you. So if at all, if anyone's interested to actually be a part of these Alteryx for Good communities, please feel free to reach out to any one of us. We also have a WhatsApp group for both Tableau and Alteryx forums. So if anybody wants to be a part of it, please be a part of that and share your numbers privately, and we can add them to the group so that you will have more real-time updates. So these were the major topics that we wanted to cover. So thank you so much, everyone, for those who are on the call and for those who have come here in person. We really appreciate that. I know it's a Saturday, but you all have come and be a part of this. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. So the forum is now open for any questions. If anyone has any questions online, or if any of you have any questions in person here, please feel free to ask them now. All right, looks like there are no questions online, and for those questions which were already there have been answered. So if at all, if possible, I request the online participants to please turn on their camera. We would just take a picture and then you can disable it. We would like to post it on the community if it is okay for you. Any volunteers to turn on their cameras online? Thanks, Jeet. Thanks, Santosh. No worries, Harshit. That's fine. All right, I think I'm just gonna take a picture here. Just give me one moment on the screen. Is it okay if we move this chair here? Can the in-person group a bit? We're just trying to put everybody on one single frame. Please bear with us for a moment. Perfect. Sorry, Kiran. open. But now I don't see those. Just give me one minute. I think Jeet and Santosh were on the cam. Okay. Santosh, can you please come back on the camera again? This one, no? Chat, participants. Just 1 second, one screenshot I'll take here. Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. For those who have been online, you all have been very kind. Thank you so much. Have a good day.